Okay, this is going to be a somewhat new kind of video that I currently call Gen X Diary Life. Well, the truth is that I was thinking about calling it Gen X Suicide Life because I've done a number of Gen X Suicide Life comics and such over the years. If you want to know the origin, I'll just tell you that it started 20 years ago, about 20 years ago. More precisely 20 years ago? No, a little off, but let's just say it started 20 years ago when I came up with this idea for a comic book called 20-something Suicide. Soon thereafter, heard about the suicide death of Kurt Cobain, and I thought, maybe I should wait a while before I publish this, otherwise people might think that there's some kind of connection between 20-something suicide and Kurt Cobain's death, because, well, Kurt Cobain was 20-something and he committed suicide. Yeah, that's how it works. So anyway, over the years, I've done a number of Gen X Suicide Life comics and books and such, and Gen X Suicide Life is basically an autobiographical or autobiographical kind of comic. Let's say it's autobiographical. Then I got tired of stuff, and maybe around 2005, 2006 I stopped. So anyway, I've decided to resume it, but in this case in video form. Although I may do an easy version, book version to be more precise, probably in the near future. Okay, we are starting on October 27th, 2014. Okay, so this is what happened to me on October 27th, 2014. Okay, just after midnight today, I couldn't sleep, which is some kind of problem that I've been dealing with a lot over the last few months. Might have something to do with the chemo. Let's see, since I couldn't sleep, I went on the internet like I always do, and among other things, I did some work on some PTC sites, and I think I might have done a little work on my autobiography, which I think might be pretty good, but don't plan to publish it until after I'm rich and famous, because from what I understand it, people don't want to read about nobodies. Another problem I had not last night or earlier this morning, if you want to call it that, is I kept going to the bathroom maybe once every hour or once every half hour, and that interrupted my sleep significantly until about 6 a.m. I think. Yeah, 6 a.m. I'll say 6 a.m. And then finally got to have a continuous few hours of sleep. But then I woke up around 10:30 a.m. That's my best guess. Probably later or earlier, whatever. And I think I had the same thing I ate for dinner yesterday for breakfast. Then later on I had pizza too. And of course the thing I did today, or one of the things I did today, was go on the internet and listen to videos on YouTube and maybe fill out surveys and things like that. That happened. Then I think around let's say 2:30, my mother and I went to the bank so I can deposit this check I got from these survey sites. And after that, we went to Kroger to do some grocery shopping, where I fortunately got some Sunny Delight, which I like, especially since it's good at hiding the metallic taste that happens when you're on chemo. But since I'm off chemo, that metallic taste is practically gone. But still like Sunny Delight. Let's see. Right after we got home, I cooked up one, heated up. Let's say heated one of the TV dinners we bought. And let's see, what else does it say here? I'm getting tired of this crappy writing. I can barely read my own handwriting. I'm blaming it on chemo because of the damn cold sensitivity. The tips of all my fingers and toes are numb, as I probably mentioned before, and that makes it hard to write properly. I mean, I can still write, but not as good as I used to. Knows I can still draw, but not quite as well. It's roughly the same as I used to. I'm not sure how that worked. I was looking at the wrong note. Anyway, I also continued looking at videos on YouTube and doing work on PTT sites, things like that. Then eventually The Big Bang Theory came on. Okay, as you can see, there's a TV in my room, but I didn't watch it on that TV because the converter box keeps scrambling up the images on the TV after half an hour or an hour of broadcasting, and I haven't figured out how to fix that. But anyway, back to The Big Bang Theory. If I remember correctly, this episode of The Big Bang Theory was about how Sheldon and Raj wanted to do a dark matter study deep underground. So before they considered doing that, they went to some underground spot at their university, and I think that worked out. Worked out as being a good episode. I think I want to mention the issue where that girl, Penny ended up being a company car for her pharmacological job, and she figured, I don't need 2 cars, I'll sell my old car and give the money to Leonard. And Leonard, for some reason, was all, I don't want to be. What do you say? I think he said something like, basically, he didn't want the money. My view of that is that he should have taken the money, because Penny went through a lot of trouble selling a car. It's not like, yeah, whatever. But anyway, if I remember correctly, they solved the problem by deciding to share the money within a joint account for after they get married or some such thing. Oh yeah, let me see. I gotta fix this. This is freaking me out. Wait a minute. What the hell is this? I'm gonna ignore it for the time being. I'm gonna figure it out later. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, the next show was Scorpion. The team of geniuses who helped the government out. And this episode was about a painting that the Scorpion, we'll call them Scorpions anyway, Scorpion gang actually destroyed, and they were also going under psychological evaluation over that. Then more recently, I heard a horrible video from Sandman, a YouTuber who's also MGTOW, and the video was about the ideal woman, and in his mind, he's one of those people who believes in biological determinism, that, well, at least he's giving off that impression that He believes in biological determination, that all human behavior is genetic, no environmental, very little if any environmental impact. Bullshit. We need to change our behavior in order to survive. I mean, you can't have people with caveman mentalities having access to nuclear, chemical, and biological weapons. Because with the caveman mentality, there's a good chance you're going to use them. And you're going to destroy the earth, make the human race and many other species extinct, and I don't want that to happen. Yeah, but I think I'm going to stop right here. There's probably more I could say, but since I'm going to stop, see you later, Ralph Nader.